We start right here in Beijing, where the Chinese Foreign Ministry and Defense Ministry have both said that the allegations against Chinese hacker attacks are quote-unquote groundless and unprofessional. They say that cybercrime is an international problem and it should be solved through international cooperation. It says that China has also been a major victim of cyber attacks. Earlier, an American security company had accused China of using cyber attacks to steal massive amounts of key information from companies that are located within the United States. Our correspondent Sean Calebs has more.
In the world of cyber attacks, the stakes don't get much higher. The accusation: the Chinese military has hacked hundreds of terabytes, huge amounts of valuable data, from some 141 companies and organizations in the United States. That's the finding from an exhaustive study by a U.S.-based cybersecurity firm called Mandiant, which says the assault has been going on for years.
What the report does is it details a massive cyber espionage campaign. As you said, it takes place over about 6 years. And the actors are a group that we call Advanced Persistent Threat 1, or APT1.
Mandiant says its evidence is damning. And the hacking has targeted companies such as Coca-Cola, as well as U.S. military technology and critical American infrastructure, power grids, water lines, and oil and gas lines. Mandiant's report says all the computer hacking can be traced back to this nondescript building in a rundown section of Shanghai. What's more, Mandiant alleges the work is being done by a super secretive section of the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, called Unit 61398.
Thousands and thousands of attacks originating from one neighborhood in Shanghai in part of the PLA.
Chinese officials have issued a blistering denial, calling the allegations unprofessional. They say the Mandiant report fails to acknowledge China's efforts to crack down on hacking or discuss the number of cyber attacks that the Chinese say originate in the U.S.
We implement strong law enforcement on cracking down on these activities. China is also a victim of hackings and cyber attacks, and the number of attacks has been increasing on the yearly basis.
He says some 14 million Chinese computers have been targeted by hackers, and many of those attacks can be verifiably traced back to the U.S. If nothing else, the very public airing of dirty laundry shines a light on what a major issue cyber theft is between the United States and China. You may wonder, if Mandiant has found a smoking gun, why don't companies call in government investigative agencies like the FBI? In simple terms, private companies don't want to expose their most sensitive inner workings to the government. More often than not, they would prefer to handle the investigation internally and get back to doing what they do best: making money. Sean Calebs, CCTV, Washington.